It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. Dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary.
Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. You look at you. You have come back for more. You've come back for more. I shall give you more. The first word in this episode is gargle. Gargle. First form, verb from 1527. We are starting with transitive, number 1A. To hold a liquid in the mouth or throat and agitate with air from the lungs. I think everybody's probably done this, but if you haven't, you just put some water. Oh my gosh, look, I actually have some water. I can do this. We can do a real gargle live on tape. Yeah, let's gargle some water. What else are you gonna gargle? I had to get down low because you got to tip your head back, and I had to get my mouth around where the microphone was. So yeah, I just gargled. I did some gargling. But what else do we got? We got 1B, to cleanse or disinfect in this manner. And what are we cleaning or disinfecting? It's the oral cavity, the mouth cavity, the whole cavity that is connected to your mouth. Cleaning it, disinfecting it. What are you using to clean it or disinfect it? Mouthwash, maybe? It's going to clean things probably a little bit better than water. Number 2, to utter with a gargling sound. What does that even mean? To utter with a gargling sound? Well, you gotta be gargling with the liquid in your mouth to make a gargling sound, because I can't really do that very well. I mean, even though that's probably going to be my sound effect. To utter with a gargling sound. I don't get it. Nope. Okay, moving on to intransitive. Number 1, to use a gargle. What's that? Well, we'll learn about that soon, I guess. Number 2, to speak or sing as if gargling. To speak or sing as if gargling. I'm speaking. Is this the gargling? I don't know. Makes me think of Gargamel. Did Gargamel speak as if he was gargling? All right, what does the etymology have to say for this word? Middle French, gargouler. It's of imitative origin. That doesn't help me at all to understand what this word means. So that means we got to move on to the next word. Do I try to make a gargling sound with my mouth or throat, or do I just replay the gargle sound that I made before? Yeah, no, you know what I'm just going to replay the same one that I did before, because that was a real gargle. The second form of gargle is the noun from 1629. So this is the one that was being referenced in the definition, to use a gargle. What is a gargle? It is, number 1, a liquid used in gargling. So any liquid that you're going to gargle with, that's a gargle. Oh boy, this word sounds so funny. I love it. Water's a gargle. Mouthwash is a gargle. I mean, like any, alcohols, those are liquids. You could gargle those. Gatorade, powered drinks, orange juice, lemonade. You could gargle literally with any one of those, so it can be a gargle. But some of them might not feel great. Things that have bubbles in them, beers, champagnes, sparkling wines, those might not be great to gargle with. Number 2, a sound of or like that of gargling. A sound of gargling or like that of gargling, that is a gargle. So when I go, that's a gargle noun. Next is gargoyle. Oh yeah, gargoyle. Gargoyle, noun from the 13th century. Number 1A. A spout in the form of a grotesque human or animal figure projecting from a roof gutter to throw rainwater clear of a building. These are so very cool. I think I need to post some pictures of gargoyles, obviously, on the social media. What is at dictionarypod. So let's look up. I want to look up gargoyle spout specifically. Yeah, spouting water. So people were like, "Oh, we need to get the rain away from the water. We need to push it away. Let's build a tube." Well, we got time. We're creative stones people. We can carve something very cool to make this water go away, to pull it away. We can have something like oh my gosh, look, it looks like it's coming out of its mouth. Oh, there are some very cool images of these. We got this one that looks like a bat boy kind of. It looks like it's barfing water. This one is a guy holding his lips open. There's a lion. There are these dragon-looking kind of things. This guy's looks like a human face with maybe like butterfly wings and stuff. I mean, any possibility of things. And they're just this tube inside, and then this stone or metal structure around it, or the tube has been carved through it. And they're just like, I'm getting rid of the water. They're great. I love it. Why don't we do more of this? Oh, because it's time-consuming and expensive, and we want to be cheap. Let's get rid of the cheapness. Okay, what do we got? 1B, a grotesquely carved figure. Just any figure that's carved that's like, I don't know, it's not sexy. It's kind of grotesque, but I kind of like it, but in a different kind of way. It's a gargoyle. Number 2, a person with an ugly face. Wow, you're just calling it out right there, because this word seems like it's all about grotesqueness. And so if somebody thinks that person has a grotesque face, an ugly face, then they might call them a gargoyle. And I don't think that you should be doing this, because everybody is beautiful. Gargoyled is an adjective. Now, of course, we got to look at the etymology, because I'm curious. It says Middle English, gargule or gargoyle, from Old French, gargule, but it doesn't say what that means. Do I got to go to the translate to see what does this mean in French? I mean, my guess is, of course, that this means just grotesque, probably. I don't know. Let's just go to the translate and what are we typing in? Gargoule, Goule. See, just means gargoyle, but it does seem like the word grotesque seems kind of related and connected to this one. So I'm gonna say that. I have to shout out what is it? A 90s cartoon show that I never really watched, to be honest. Gargoyle. I think it was just literally just called Gargoyles. I think that at night they would come alive, and then in the morning, like vampires, they would freeze into their stone bodies again. But I have a particular memory with this, because there was one day when I was working at the video store about 25 years ago, probably around 2000, 2001, and I was working a slow Thursday during the day, and I said, I know, I'll watch The Nightmare Before Christmas on loop, on repeat, as many times as possible. And we just had a VHS player that was going to the TVs in the store, and so I had to put on the VHS player, and I had to fast forward through the previews that were on that VHS, and one of them was a preview for the TV show Gargoyles. So I will always connect Gargoyles to that cartoon and that memory of that day watching Nightmare Before Christmas 5 times. I got through it 5 times that day. Gargoyles. I want to be a gargoyles, being all grotesque. This is how I talk. Next we have Garibaldi. Garibaldi. Well, this is obviously about chocolate, right? It must be. Is it? Noun from 1862. It is a woman's blouse copied from the red shirt worn by the Italian patriot Garibaldi. This is a very interesting thing. So there was an Italian patriot named Garibaldi. I don't know anything about them. They love their country. and they wore a red shirt. And then later, people were like, well, that red shirt is so popular that we must make it a fashion statement. Or he had made it a fashion statement. I want to find, was Garibaldi red shirt, I guess? Let's look that up. Oh, yeah, very, very fancy. I guess this was just what he was known for wearing, because there's a lot of paintings and stuff of this guy. It's a buttoned red shirt with long sleeves. The sleeves are a little on the poofy side, I guess. Garibaldi was, he had a beard. Looked like he might have been balding a little bit. Garibalding. And he often has a scarf around his neck. Could be black, could be white, something like that. And then, so, if there's a woman wearing a red top, a red blouse, I guess it has to be red. It must be red. It's required to be red. Then it's called a Garibaldi. All right, this is why we're doing this, so we can learn things. Why didn't I read the dictionary before? Next we have garafuna with a capital G. This is a noun from 1977. It is a member of a people of African and American Indian descent that live mainly along the Caribbean coast of northern Central America. And they are called also Black Carib. And also, there's more, the Arawakan language containing many Cariban elements spoken by the Garafunas. Okay, so these people, so they are from Africa or they are from the indigenous people in America, and they live on the Caribbean coast of northern Central America. So we're talking about that string of countries between Mexico and South America. There's Ecuador and Guatemala and Costa Rica, and I think they're all in there, and I know that there's more. And so the northern coast of that would be kind of on the eastern side, and that's like the Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean region. So the people are the Garafuna, and we have to say where does this word come from? It's the Garafuna word for Garafuna is Garafuna. It's a self-designation akin to the Taino word Caribe or Caribe, which means Carib like the Caribbean area. The Carib or the island Carib, the Arawakan language of the Lesser Antilles, is that the... I'm a little confused by how this is all laid out and arranged, but there's another word, Calipona, and that is also a self-designation. Also from the Guianan Carib word, Carina, which means Carib or person. So, it's basically just from Carib, which means person and the people, and they're self-designating this as this is what we're called. We're called this. Carib or Garafuna. And so that's that. I feel like I've heard of this word before, but I'm not entirely sure. Not one of those that we hear very often. So it's good to learn about these groups of people all over the world that don't get a lot of love. We don't know who they are. Us Westerners, us people in our own little bubbles. We got to learn more. Next is Garrigue. I think it's Garrigue. G-A-R-I-G-U-E. Noun from 1896. It is a low, open scrubland with many evergreen shrubs, low trees, aromatic herbs, and bunch grasses found in poor or dry soil in the Mediterranean region. All right, so we're looking at the Mediterranean region. We got Greece and Italy and northern Africa and, the southern coasts of Portugal and Spain and France, and Turkey is over there, and we got a bunch of countries around the Mediterranean region. And so it's a low, open scrubland. I don't know what a scrubland is, but there's shrubs and trees and herbs and grasses And poor or dry soil. So there's like it's a little dry. It's a little like a desert. We got some plants. We can deal with these a little bit. We have enough water, but it's a little bit dry. The soil isn't great. So it's called a garrigue, which is a French word, but I don't know what that means. So hey, let's just go back to the translate. Why not? Let's just do that. Let's see what this word means. French people, don't shout it out. Don't shout it out. We have to learn for ourselves. And by learn for ourselves, I mean just look it up on the internet. It just means garrigue. Yeah, not helpful. Next is garish. This is an adjective from 1545. Number 1, clothed in vivid colors. When I put on Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat, which was mentioned in the previous episode, when I put that on like a blanket or just as a cape, I don't know, then I will be garished. A garish person because I'm wearing these vivid colors. 2A, excessively or disturbingly vivid. Wow, that's too much for my eyes. I can't handle it. Let's change the video to make it garish for a second so it's disturbingly vivid. Oh my gosh, I can't even. It's excessive, okay? Please stop with this excessive garishness. Wah! The examples are garish colors and also garish imagery. Garish imagery, what would that be? It's disturbingly vivid. For some reason, the movie Babylon comes to mind. I know it got sort of mixed reviews. I liked it. I thought it was very cool and interesting and different. But there are these scenes, these party scenes with all these people that I could see that being definitely garish in this way. Imagery, I mean, the very colorful, I think, but also maybe some people would describe that as disturbing or excessive. I wouldn't, but I could see how some people would describe it that way. But then we get into these other definitions, not so much about colors. We have 2B, offensively or distressingly bright. The synonym is glaring. Oh, the cars today, the lights, the headlights on these cars, and I don't know if these people have their brights on and they're not aware of it, or the lights are angled too high, or they're different kinds of lights, but they are garish. They are glaring into my mirror, into my face, whatever direction they're coming in from, and they are garish, and I don't like it. And I try to angle the mirror to point it right back at them. Like, look, you're sending this bright, garish light into my face. Can you please stop it? Please stop it. Number 3, tastelessly showy. The synonym is flashy. Yes, another synonym, more synonym information, go to the word gaudy, which is coming up not that long from now. Yeah, that's typically how I think of garish. Not so much bright or colorful necessarily, but I think of it just like, oh, it's just too much. It's too flashy with your sequins and your strobe lights. I don't know. Garish, too much gold maybe. That could be garish. Garishly is an adverb and garishness is a noun, and the origin of this word is unknown. So somebody in 1545 just wrote it down in a book, and we were like, yep, that's garish. They were talking about colors. Now we have the first form of the word garland. This is a noun from the 14th century. Number 1, a circular or spiral arrangement of intertwined material. And examples of that material could be flowers or leaves. So you are intertwining them. You are putting them into an arrangement of, oh, we need lots and lots of leaves, but then we need some flowers poking out here and there. And then we turn it into a big old circle, and you can hang it on your door, maybe at Christmas time, and we call it a garland. Number 2, now this is interesting. The synonyms are anthology and collection. So I guess the idea is that the garland that you hang on your door is a collection of different types of plants that you have murdered and put on your wall, but you have collected them to put them into this circle or spiral. So the etymology says it's from the Anglo-French garland, but it doesn't say what that means. So it could be something like a collection. I'm not sure. I mean, we could try this Google Translate again, but I don't know if it's going to give us anything. Garland, it just means garland. So I guess that's probably why they don't put the word in there, because it just means the word that we're talking about. But I feel like there should be more. I guess not. It's just the word. That's all it is. There's not always more information. Now we have the second form of garland, which is a transitive verb from the 15th century. Number 1, to form into a garland. Here, let me just garland your papers. Let me garland your flowers. Let me garland your leaves. Let me garland the wind. I'm going to make it into a spiral. Number 2 is to adorn with or as if with a garland. So if you garland your door at the holiday times, then you are garlanding, probably with a garland or something like a garland. Next is garlic. Oh, I wish I had some. Actually, I do have some garlic granules over there. Garlic is a noun from before the 12th century. Number 1, a European allium. Widely cultivated for its pungent compound bulbs. Much used in cookery. And then broadly the synonym allium. The species name is Allium sativum. Oh, garlic. You make everything taste garlicky. I do love me some garlic. Number 2 is a bulb of garlic. So the plant is garlic, and then it grows in these bulbs, these compound bulbs. When you take the papery stuff off, you've got these pieces that are all kind of semi-stuck together. So one of those would be, or I guess the whole thing, yeah. What are the pieces called? The individual things? Well, anyway, a bulb of garlic, it looks like this bulbous kind of thing. That's garlic. Right there, that's garlic. Garlicky, that is an adjective. This word is from the Old English garliac, which is from gar, which means spear, plus liak, which means leak. And there's more at the word gore. Why gore? So spear and leek. Now, I think a leek, isn't it kind of long like a spear? And I believe that the garlic is grown on this like stalk, this long stalk, and then the garlic things are coming off of that. So I guess that thing's like a spear, kind of. Yeah, leeks are, they're these sort of long things that look like they just sort of shoot out from the ground. I'm not entirely sure how it's related to the garlic, but yeah, so it's spear leek. Spear leek is what garlic is. All right, I think my lunch, I'm just going to get a bowl of garlic and just eat it. Okay, moving on to garlic chive, noun from 1969. A perennial allium native to southeastern Asia, but widely cultivated for its garlic-flavored stems, leaves, buds, and flower heads. So the whole thing basically tastes like garlic. This is usually used in plural, garlic chives, and it is called also Chinese chive, because I guess it's from southeastern Asia. Then they're like, hey, this is from that area. It's from China. But other people are like, yeah, but it tastes like garlic. So what are we going to call it? What are we going to name it after? Where it comes from or what it tastes like? Where it comes from or what it tastes like? I guess it's just a personal choice. The species name for this one is Allium tuberosum. Tuberosum. I don't know if I've ever had this. The stems taste like chive. So do the leaves, the buds, and the flower heads. All of it, I think. Next is garlicked. So to spell garlicked, you have to add a K after the C, because otherwise it would be like garliced, and that is not what I want to think of when I'm thinking about garlic. I don't want to think about lice. I want to think about licking garlic. Garlicked is an adjective from 1950. It is containing or prepared with garlic. Most of the food I eat, at least the dinners, they are garlicked foods because we just put garlic powder on like almost all of our stuff. How can you not? Because it tastes so good. Okay, moving on to garlic salt. 2 words, noun from 1927. A seasoning of ground, dried garlic and salt. 2 of my favorite seasonings, obviously. We have, so let's see, there's different kinds. You can get garlic salt, which I guess is the mixture of salt and garlic. You can also buy garlic granules, and you can also buy garlic powder. Now, I have had the garlic powder, but it's too powdery. When you pour it on your thing, the powder just goes all over the place, which I don't enjoy. I like it to be the granules, kind of like that salt, so that's what I prefer. But I guess the garlic powder probably does have some sort of use in something. Maybe when you're cooking certain dishes, you should have it in a powder form instead of a granule form. I'm not sure. If you know about any of that stuff, you can go ahead and email me or leave a voicemail on the Google Voice number and tell me how should we be using garlic powders and granules, and what's your preference, and anything about garlic. Please tell me. I want to know. Next is the first form of garment. Noun from the 14th century. It is an article of clothing. Just any possible article of clothing out there. We got shoes, socks, pants, shirts, blouses, shorts, jorts, jackets, bandanas, scarves, hats, gloves, mittens, so many more. Long sleeve shirts, button shirts. I don't even know all the types of clothes. I'm getting overwhelmed by thinking of all the garments. There's a lot of garments out there. Okay, so this word comes from the Anglo-French garnement or garnir, which means to equip. There's more at the word garnish. So yes, it's like you're equipping yourself with your clothes. Here, let me put on this piece of garment and this piece of garment, and I am garmenting myself. Aha! The next word is the second form of garment, which is a verb, a transitive verb, from circa 1547. It is to clothe with, or as if with, a garment. Oh, just go garment yourself. Ungarment yourself. Next is garment bag. 2 words, noun from 1927. A bag used by travelers that folds in half and has a center handle for easy carrying. Well, because you don't want to roll up your clothes or get them all wrinkled. You want to hang them on the thing, and then they stay nice and straight and flat, and then it folds in the middle, and so they're still pretty good. Then you hold on to that middle part, and this used to be a thing. This used to be much more of a thing back in the day, even well into the 90s. Garment bags were a thing, but I feel like we're not using them as much as we used to. I don't know why. My dad had a garment bag. I have a very distinct memory of this just brown garment bag that he had. I think I might have had one at some point too. But yes, he had this just very 80s brown garment bag. And when we got some old film digitized, we actually found there's footage of the Christmas when he received it as a gift from like probably 1983 or 84. Yeah, probably 1983. Maybe even before that. And so it's like, oh my gosh, here's my dad receiving this classic brown garment bag. Not a garlic bag, that's a whole other thing. And then he had that for years. He probably still has it for all I know. Moving on to garner. This is a verb from the 14th century. Is it only transitive? I think it is. Number 1A, to gather into storage. To gather into storage. You are garnering things by getting them all together like a squirrel gathering its nuts. I'm going to put my nuts. I'm garnering my nuts. I'm going to put them into storage. I'm a little squirrel. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, what's that? Oh, this is our last word, by the way. I didn't catch that. Garner is the last word. Now we have 1B, which is to deposit as if in a granary or a granary. That'll be way in the GRs. We got time for that word. To deposit as if in a granary or granary. The example is volumes in which he has garnered the fruits of his lifetime labors. And that is a quote from Reinhold Niebuhr. So what did he do? Volumes in which he has garnered the fruits of his lifetime labors. Volumes make me think of a book, so maybe he collected all of this stuff, all of his writings, into these books or something. I have no idea. In a granary or a granary, something like that. Okay, now we have 2A, to acquire by effort, and the synonym is earn. So when you are working at a job and you make some money, then you are garnering money. Garnering money. I think also, don't they say, is it garnish? Garnish your wages. We'll see actually garnish in the next episode. So it's all about, I think that one's when they're taking away money. But I want to garner my money. I want to earn it. I want to work for it. And you give me money for it, please, or something. Just maybe you're working in the fields. You're working on a farm, and you are garnering corn because you work to grow it, and then you get to take it. 2B, the synonyms are accumulate and collect. So if you have a collection of board games, then you have garnered board games. Let's see. The etymology says this is from Middle English, garner, which means granary or granary. From Anglo-French, garner or grenier. Also from the Latin, granarium. From granum, which means grain. Aha. So the word granary or granary is Granary. There's no I in there like granary, but it might still be related to grain. It seems like it might be. And so, oh, by the way, there is more at the word corn. And so the granum in Latin is grain. And so when you are garnering all the grain together, you're collecting them into maybe one of those big silos for use later. And so you're garnering the grain. I guess that's where it came from. The farmers are garnering the grain into the granary or the granary. It tracks. All right, let's pick a word of the episode. That's the best time of day. Today we had gargle. I was thinking about the next word and my mouth got all messed up. Gargle, gargoyle, Garibaldi, Garifuna, garrigue, garish, garland, garlic, garlic chive, garlicked, garlic salt, garment, garment bag, and garner. Ooh, it's a tough decision between probably garlic and gargoyle. I want a garlic gargoyle. No. I guess we could throw garlicked in there. I love it when I'm garlicked. I love it when I'm garlicked. I love eating garlic. I don't know, garlic or gargoyle? Gargoyle is a fun word. It's just a different sort of thing. Garlic, though, is just, I want it in my food. I don't know. I guess for me, I might have to pick garlic because I love pouring garlic on things. I'm gonna eat the thing with garlic. Garlic, pour that garlic on it, or maybe cook it up with garlic bulbs. So it's garlicked. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. All right, let's tell you about another movie. Oh, the next movie on the list is Dangerous Animals. If I remember correctly, I believe that this is a a horror suspense thriller movie that mostly takes place on a boat, I guess. It's basically a serial killer who takes people, mostly women, I believe, on his boat, and there's sharks involved. That's all I want to say. Yeah, dangerous animals. Creepy. I mean, if you're into those sorts of things, then you might enjoy it. But yeah, it was a good time with some creepy stuff, and just watch it. That's all I gotta say. Dangerous animals. All right, this is the end of the episode. I'm gonna go cough out a lung because my lungs are still coughing. This has been Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye.